In my work as a landscape photographer here in Iceland, I am constantly out in the mountains, from the volcanic terrain to the unpredictable weather. The key to making these missions successful is being able to have a solid and reliable base in nature and allow the weather and light to develop as I'm shooting my images. HEIMPLANET tents have been at the core of my trips for almost 10 years. Starting from the cave, the OG HEIMPLANET tent, I have taken that tent all around the mountains of Iceland, put it through hell, honestly. And they say that Iceland is the ultimate testing ground for your equipment, and tents are no different. They really suffer out here. So I really need to be able to rely on my tent to keep me sheltered from the elements. Across all of HEIMPLANET's tents, you'll see a dual layer inflation structure on the outside, and the way that this is engineered has a geodesic structure that gives increased strength and wind resistance. The struts are connected through a series of valves, meaning that you can actually pump the whole tent up from one valve. That makes the setup of these tents incredibly fast and easy. And that is one of the reasons that I continue to go back to them through all of these years, is that they are such easy tents to use. Most of my travel is done in my Jeep, so I am focused on car-based camping. HEIMPLANET tents suit this style of travel very well because I'm not so concerned about packing them down into the lightest possible structure. For me, I need something that is strong and reliable and easy to use, because I might be setting this up in the middle of a storm in the dark. If I can avoid having to put all of the poles together and set up the frame, it makes life so much easier. HEIMPLANET have engineered the inflatable structure of these tents to be extremely strong and wind resistant. That is one of the other questions that I always get asked. Are these tents strong? Can they handle Iceland's extreme weather? And the answer to that is absolutely. In fact, they do a much better job than most tents that I've seen. So because these tents have an air structure, there is the possibility that they get a puncture. But this has never happened to me in all 10 years of absolute extreme use of these tents. And that is all down to the fact that the external structure has a dual layer design. The air bladder inside of the frame is quite well protected with an outer, very durable material. And if you did end up in the situation where you had a puncture, you can actually close off each individual section of the frame so that that air will not leak out of the entire structure, giving you the ability to at least survive the night into the next day where you can repair the outer frame. So to wrap up my experience with HEIMPLANET tents, it really is the ease of use combined with the rugged reliability of their designs. That has meant that I always have a HEIMPLANET tent with me in the field, giving that extra sense of freedom for my shoots, because no matter where I am in the mountains, I can stop the car and within just a few minutes, I can establish my base camp and be safe from the elements.